Hi, this is Eric Richard, Administrator at Darren Patterson Christian Academy. Welcome to this quick recap of last night's State of Our School DPCA community meeting. I want to just give an overview of that time together for those of you who were not able to be with us but are interested in hearing a bit more about what was presented at the meeting. So the meeting began with Les Stinsel, our school board president, welcoming everyone and introducing the board and praying for us. Our board members are Jill Van Deel, Michael Corson, Brian Dingler, Austina Campbell, Josh Barse, and Les Stinsel. And then I serve the board as ex officio member and the connection between the board and the school. And so we were, with the exception of Jill, was not able to be with us. We were all part of the presentation. Les also, quick outline of our plan for the evening, share a little bit about the vision of DPCA, some of the challenges we're facing, our needs, actions we've taken so far, and what is next. It was my privilege to briefly review some of our vision, that we want to build a school that is characterized by biblical foundations, quality student mentoring, excellent academics, a very affirming and warm community for students and parents, and in the end, results. That is, we want to see our students become committed, equipped, and engaged followers of Jesus, who, as the slide says here, will experience the strength and glory of redemption in their own lives, and because of that position of strength in their own lives, be able to be a real blessing to others around them. We're looking to equip our students with a biblical framework for everything they do in life, and we see this happening, so that's very exciting. Brian Dingler and Michael Corson came to the podium next, talked with us about the challenges we're facing. This was a little attempt at humor. Our challenges are money, funding, and dollars. We are having a great year at DPCA, and we've had a series of great years, and we have so much to be thankful for, so much good work with students, so many great testimonies from our students and parents. But we have this challenge, and it's somewhat of a persistent challenge, to fund our school well so that we can pursue our vision with the vigor that we desire. And a little bit about why money is a challenge. Some of that is just the area we've been called to serve. Not a huge population here, not a lot of very high-paying jobs or professions available to folks. Part of it's our vision. We don't want to be an elite school. We want a DPCA education to be available to everyone who wants one. So our vision guides decisions like what we set tuition and how much we charge for athletic fees and so on. We try, certainly with an eye towards sustainability, but we try to make DPCA as affordable as we can. And then on the budget side of it, we have a lot of relatively fixed expenses. It simply costs money to run a quality school, and so we have salaries to pay and facilities to take care of, and programming needs, books, curriculum, science materials, all those kinds of things, and all of those kinds of things take money. And so, although money's not our primary focus by any means, we recognize that we need to be funded and funded well to have a quality school. Michael went on to look at this slide a little bit with us. The blue, roughly half on the right, is the amount of our funding that comes from tuition, parents pay. The smaller red wedge to the left there is other operational sources of revenue for us as a school. This would be concessions and athletic gate receipts and t-shirt sales and all those things. The little green wedge, we get some little bit of support from our endowment fund each year. It's not a huge fund, but it does help. And then the roughly 1/3 of the circle, a little more than that, we need each year from donors and our fundraising efforts. Looking at it in terms of numbers instead of as a circle, our annual budget, $674,000. We try to be very careful with that, but that averages about $6,400 per student in our K-12 program, and about $1,400 per student in Busy Bees. Next dot down, you'll see that our average tuition that we charge is $45.30 per student in K-12 and $1,250 per student in Busy Bees. So you can see that we are not charging anywhere near what it costs to provide a DPCA education. And then the third bullet down, our average tuition collected, which accounts for roughly 50% of our families who get financial help, is just $26.97 per student K-12 and just over $1,000 per student in Busy Bees. So again, you can see where we're going with that. Actual tuition collected comes to about 50% of our operating need or the annual budget. Now we can generate another 11% or so with those internal sales that we talked about. And this means that each year approximately 39 to 40% of the budget needs to come sources. So this year that translates to a goal of $275,000. Strength to Serve is our campaign this year to pull in and raise the funds that we need to meet our budget. The overall goal for that Strength to Serve campaign was set at $350,000, which, as you can see, was to allow for some improvement projects to the building and hopefully a little short-term debt retirement as well. So far, we've raised about $70,000, so the remaining need for the year is $205,000 for operating, or ideally $280,000 to help us accomplish some extra projects as well. And we made this note at the meeting as well. Unless something fundamental about our model or demographics were to change, this is the approximate need every year. And so this is just kind of part of the environment we operate in as a school. Again, looking at some of those realities of our demographics and our environment that we considered just a few moments ago. So what actions have we taken? What's been done so far this year and what's coming? While focusing on this year, again, we have the Strength to Serve campaign underway. As part of that, we've done some direct donor appeal, getting on the phone with folks, talking with folks one-on-one, asking people to be one of the ones, and we'll say a little bit more about that in a moment. We've been visiting in churches this year, trying to share our story that way. This year, again, every year, we do a Christmas appeal. We had a good, solid Christmas appeal this year. We're working right now on creating some new ways to give. So to our stable of giving possibilities, we're going to be adding iDonate, which allows us to accept physical gifts like cars or boats or old electronics, things like that, as gifts. We're also adding an estate planning component with a company called Waterstone. And so we're excited about some new ways that folks are going to be able to support us. We've got a donor dinner planned for Monday, March 9. We'll be inviting folks to join us for dinner and be excited about DPCA, make a commitment to help kids. And, of course, our spring clay shoot, which is actually Saturday, May 2. A little change in date there from the slide. And then there'll be a student component to that as well. And then the second big thing in the last year or so, a little more than that now, is really making a much stronger push for getting our story out there. So a better social media presence. We're in the middle of redesigning our EMH website, continue to make efforts to improve the main DPCA website, plans for a new email campaign for Friends of the School in connection with iDonate. And so just a number of ways that we're looking at for trying to do a better job getting the good work that DPCA is doing in kids' lives out in front of people as a way of asking them if they'll partner with us and get on board and help us meet this need. Well, what's next? Michael and Brian noted we need your help. We need fundraising events teams, so we need groups of people who will volunteer to be part of the team that puts on the fundraising event. So we're going to need a team for the donor dinner in March. We're going to need a team for the clay shoot in May. And serving on a team just means that you get to help put together a quality event that help people get excited about the school. We also need participation in those events themselves. So when we send out a call for parents to be in contact with their networks and ask for support. We need parents to participate in that and others to participate in that. And when we send out invitations to a donor dinner, we need parents to think about their personal networks and who we might invite and help with that. So we really need participation in the events themselves. We can always use volunteer help at school in various ways. Share and tell means we need folks to help us with this social media presence. That if you see something on the DPCA Facebook page that you like, you send it out again. You share it with your network. Maybe you take some pictures of things that your kids are doing at school and post them. Maybe you take some pictures and write up a short blurb and give it to us at the office so that we can post it. But we need help telling the story. And then, of course, we need financial givers. We need folks who can give some dollars to help meet that $350,000 goal. And so it comes down to, again, this phrase that we're using: we need people to be one of the ones. We're hoping you will be one of the ones. What do we mean by that? Well, we've kind of put it in this framework. Would you give 1 minute a day to pray for DPCA, our staff, our kids, our families? Could you give $1 a day? That would just be $30 a month. Do you know that if we had 1,000 people giving just $1 a day, we would raise $365,000 a year, more than enough to meet our need and help our school stay strong? We'd be able to do some extra things. We'd be able to pursue our vision with great vigor. Just $1 a day. Would you give an hour a month to help out? Maybe be on one of those events teams. Maybe come by the office and see if you can just give a little help in a classroom or in the office or around the building. And this is just a framework for thinking about it. Maybe 1 minute a day doesn't literally mean 1 minute a day. Maybe it means 7 to 10 minutes a week that you'll commit to praying for the school. Maybe $1 a day, maybe $30 a month isn't the right framework for you. Maybe it's 50 cents a day. That'd be $15 a month. Maybe it's $3 a day. That'd be $90 a month. But would you consider something that you could give? Maybe the hour a month is more like 3 hours once every quarter to just help out and help us provide a great biblical education for these students. What's needed is one commitment, one of us at a time, to just say, I do want this. I do want to do my part to help keep DPCA strong. And we need your help. It's going to take a committed, strong community of us to keep our school healthy and moving forward. So thanks for considering that. Would you be one of the ones? This part of the program, Michael and Brian kind of shared what's next in terms of things the board needs to consider. Part of trying to be wise with our budget and good stewards is trying to set a correct tuition levels for next year and beyond. So that's on the board's agenda in the next few weeks. And then, of course, looking at our overall structure and programming of our school. Do we have the right mix? Can we, in fact, be sustainable the way we are structured now? Can we, in fact, get this team of folks together who will help us be successful in this way, or do we need to look at other possibilities? And so the board is considering those things as well. And what's clear, again, is that we need you. We went from this slide to a session that Austina Campbell, another board member, facilitated. We had a great time of questions and answers with the folks who were at the meeting. Some folks wanted to know a little bit more about what we're sharing in churches. Some folks shared some ideas that they had for helping us make connections with businesses or better connections with people, either prospective parents or donors. And that was a great time together. We love that kind of input. We welcome that kind of input. So if you weren't able to be with us last night and you have some ideas, hey, here's an idea. Has the school considered this? Could we do this together? We would love to hear those ideas, and we especially love it when someone says, I'd like to help make this happen. So we want to thank you for taking time to listen to this little recap of last night's meeting. Thanks so much for your interest. Thanks for your enthusiasm for DPCA, and thank you for considering being one of the ones. We need you. We want to partner together with you to make Darren Patterson Christian Academy a strong and vigorous school community. So again, if you have questions or input, please let us know. You can email the school office at info at dpcaweb.org, or give us a call, 719-395-6046. Thank you so much. God bless.